Hi, good morning. Myself Apurva Jyoti. Today we are going to learn about domestication. We usually think that people usually select those plants and animals that give good yield and but are not prone of diseases. Yes, we always select good quality of plants and animals which give good income for us, like good milk or good fruits and vegetables, and that should not have any sort of diseases, like any kind of diseases they should not have. We select good all the good animals and plants for growing so that we get good yield, good income. Seeds of such crops are selected and used for sowing in the next season, and only animals of selected types are allowed to breed. Yes, so plants which yield, which give good quality, good quantity and quality of that is good amount of fruits or vegetables with good quality, those plants, from those plants they collect the seeds from those plants and they save for the next crop, for the next season and all. And only good type of breed animals are being grown, means allowed to breed there. Thus plants and animals tend by people became different from the wild ones. So the plants and the animals which we are growing have slowly started changing from the time of wild type, like from the animal, like early man to now there are a lot of changes of growing animals or type of plants and all. When people sow selected the crops and protect them till they bear fruit, or when they allow selected animals to breed and protect them from their own use, it is called domestication. So now you'll be understanding what is domestication. Domestication is nothing but when a particular type of a seed is taken and stored for the next generation, and if that seed is sown and the crops are grown, means those crops are sown by digging the earth, they'll be sowing, the farmers will be sowing the seeds, no, they'll protect those crop till they give fruits and vegetables, or they grow the animals for their own purpose. Like in the villages if you see, they grow cows or like hen and all, they grow them with good providing them good food, and whenever needed like festival time and all, they'll be cutting the hens and all for their own purpose, for cooking and for their own purpose, right? So they protect them for their own use. These, that is called as domestication. In this way, over hundreds of years, people reared and propagated plants and animals beneficial to them in some special way. So, in the same way, hundreds of years, from many over hundreds of years, people are growing these plants and animals for their own use, or for like domestication, that is for their own use. They are growing them, they are protecting them for their own use, for this special, many other special purpose also. Of course, not all people took to grow growing crops or rearing animals. So not all the people are depending on growing crops or growing animals, rearing animals. Different people took different type of occupation, means different types of job. Many people continue to hunt and gather in the forest. So not only that, many people are still continuing, used to continue hunting and gathering of animals for their food in the forest. And again, not all people practiced agriculture in the same way. So not all the people are practicing agriculture, not all people are gathering or hunting or gathering the food. They like according to their wish, they selected their occupation. Initially, many people practiced shifting agriculture like Podu. Yes, we have learnt this in the earlier chapter, right? Podu cultivation. So, people in the starting days, they practiced this Podu cultivation, that is shifting agriculture process from one area to another. When suppose 1 year if they are doing the agriculture process in this land, the next, for the next crop in the next area they'll be doing. And also combined a little hunting and gathering from the forest along with the growing crops. So few people, they only focused on hunting and gathering the food in the forest, and the few others focused on agriculture purpose. And the other few people, they focused on both hunting. They used to do hunting and gathering, and they used to grow the crop also, means both. They used to do both. Some of them realized that the fertility of the soil could be maintained by tilling and using manure. So some of them started realizing that, so if you go on sow the seeds, one or the other day the fertility of the soil is going to be reduced. Even we also, without having food, if we are going on working, then without having rest, if you're working, no, what will happen, will get tired. The same thing will happen with the land also. So they started realizing, and they started using this like manure, natural manure, plowing the land and all, like vegetable waste. They used to prepare, the farmers used to prepare their own manure, and they used to apply it for the land and all. When they began using the plow and animal manure, they did not have to go in search of new fertile lands every year. So, yes, when they are using this natural manure like cow dung or vegetable waste, all the leftover food and all, they used to decompose that and they used to make manure. And by ploughing, using this process, ploughing in natural manure, animal manure, they did not go in search of another land for growing agriculture in the next season, because the land is getting fertile by using this process. This also meant that they had to combine farming with rearing animals that were needed for plowing, transportation, manuring the soil, and other purpose. Yes, so this is why agriculture process and animal rearing is done simultaneously, because are combinedly done by the farmers. Because whenever you see in the house of the farmers, you will be able to see the animals growing there. They rear the animals. Why? So that those animals are used for plowing, transportation of grains, or going somewhere else, manuring the soil, means using cow dung and such other things. They manure the soil, and for the other purpose also, means these animals, farmers along with the farming agriculture purpose, they also rear animals for plowing, transportation and all. Now coming to settled life. Settled life, what is this settled life? Means staying at a particular place, because early man never used to stay in a particular, he used to lead a nomadic life, moving from place to place, right? So we'll come to know what is settled life here. When people began growing plants, they had to stay in the same place for a long time to look after the plants. Yes, if you're like, what do you say, before times, early man used to move from place to place because he'd never grow any crop. And by but gradually, when times are changing, they started realizing to grow the plants and all. So if they are growing plants and all, if they began to grow the plants and all, and plants, animals and all, they can't carry the plants, animals to each and every place wherever they are moving. So they have to stay in one place, they need to live in one place, settle in one place. Why? Because they, in order to grow the plants, they have to water them. Watering should be done, weeding, driving away animals and birds till the grains ripen, means they have to protect the crop and the animals, right? So they have to stay at one place to look after the plants and animals. So they started staying at one place. At the harvest time, they got so much grains that they could not eat it all at once. So after harvesting, after the growing crops, after they get ripen, they harvest, they cut the crops. Then they used to get many number of grains which they cannot eat once, only once. Means, can you eat a bag full of rice in a one day? No. So those people are also getting lot of grains after harvesting. They can't eat that grains in a one day, or at once they can't eat. No, they have to store. In order to store, they have to stay in a place, right? It had to be stored for long period, about 6 months to 1 year. Yes, those grains can be stored for 1 year to 6 months to 1 year. They have to store all those grains. All this means that people had to stay in one place and build houses to store them. Yes, in order to store the grains, they have to stay in one place. In order to stay in one place, they have to build the houses, shelter for them. And even for the storing, they have to build storehouse and all. So this made them to settle in one place, to stay in one place and build the houses. So this is a pot which they used to used in those days? An old pot. What do you think could have been stored in this pot? So what is stored in this pot? Maybe the food grains or water, anything it can be stored, right? When staying in one place became inevitable, means unavoidable, which now they can't avoid staying in one place, no, because they are growing the plants and all. Inevitable means unavoidable, compulsorily they have to stay in one place to protect them. They constructed huts of stones, wood, mud and dried grass. Yes, you can see in villages, no, huts have been constructed. Huts are built with stone, wood, mud, dried grass. So they started constructing the house to stay at one place using stones, wood, mud and dried grass. Vessels were needed to cook grains and store water, milk, etc. Yes, in order to eat something, they have to cook. In order to cook, they need vessels, utensils, vessels, right? So they started making the vessels using mud and all, and they started storing the food grains, water, milk, and all. It led to the making of pots of different kinds. Then they made the pots of different kinds, like different shapes, using this mud and all. They also started painting and decorating the pots to make them look better. So they started painting the pots and designing them using different colors, like animal fat, right? We have learned that also. They started making, decorating the pots to look them better, colorful and good, attractive one. Cooking also required stoves and stones for grinding corn, etc. Yes, in order to cook, now they got vessels like pots and all they made. Then how to cook? If you put all the ingredients in the pot, will that be cooked? No, they have to have fire, stove and all. Now they started making the stove. Means at that time they used to make, they used to get these branches of the plants and all, and they used to put the stoves, right? They used to fire those sticks, and they used to make stoves and stones for grinding corn. So in order to grind something like any spices or something, they used have stones. With that stones they used to grind them. When archaeologists dug up the places where early farmers lived, they usually found remains of huts, pots, stoves, microliths, and grinding stones. Yes, when after these early man stage have been passed away, this archaeologist who go on research of old things and all, when they went to this place and started digging up, means they started digging the places of those early men where they used to live, early farmers, they found huts, pots of different shapes and differently decorated ones, stoves, microliths, small things, grinding stones and all of different shapes. Means those things are used by the early farmers. In some places they also found some roasted grains, means fried and grinded roasted grains also, like seeds they used to, they found like this. Archaeologists have found remains of food preserved to 12,000 years. So these are the food grains which they stored 12,000 years back. It seems like this all spices and all which we use now, no, at those times also they used to use, and they stored them. The early farmers needed to clear the forest by cutting trees and branches. They created a new kind of stone tool which is called neolith. So the early farmers, that was their early stage of farming and all, so they need to clear the forest for the agriculture purpose. For that they need a tool, stone tool. So they made a stone tool. Here you can see that axe, stone is tied to a stick, their branch, right? They created a new kind of stone tool which is called neolith. The early farmers selected the right kind of stone which was ground on the rock to give it an axe like edge. So they took a stone, they started shaping the stone to give that stone as an axe shape, so that they can dig the earth nicely, means properly, easily. This axe head was then fixed to the wooden handle and used to cut the trees. So they used, after shaping that stone, they tied that to the wooden stick. Then they started cutting the trees and all. By growing crops with the new tool, the early people began a process which changed almost all the aspects of their life in the fundamental manner. By using this new type of like tools and all, their they got a great change in their lives. Their lifestyle or the way of life, living their life, have been improved there. They can do their work very easily. This period of early agriculture is called Neolithic period, named after the new tool, Neolith. So after making this new tool, Neolith, that period of agriculture is named as, from that time, the period, the process, or the time of agriculture which they made during that period is called as Neolithic period. So you can see there, no, axe. We find the early evidence of cultivation of crops from Baluchistan about 10,000 years ago. So we find this earliest evidence, the first evidence of cultivation of crops, means growing of crops and all, from Baluchistan. In the place of Baluchistan, we have found earliest evidence, means a clue is found there, agriculture is process is going on and all, when 10,000 years ago. In India, there are evidence in Kashmir from around 5,000 years ago, and Bihar some 4 to 5,000 years. In India, 5,000 years ago. In Kashmir, we found this evidence, and in Bihar, 4 to 5,000 years ago. Means in Kashmir and Bihar, we also found these agricultural crops grown before 5,000 years. The earliest evidence of domestication in the Deccan comes from the border of Telangana, AP, and Karnataka. So this domestication process, like growing of plants and animals for our own use, protecting them, these evidences are found in Deccan areas, from the border, from where from the places, like from the states like Telangana, AP, and Karnataka. From these states, from the border of these states, we can find the evidence. In these states, large mounds of ash were found in number of places. Means a large group of ashes, which after burning the plants and all, we get ashes, no, they can be seen in many number of places. Archaeologists believe that around 5,000 years ago, hunters of these areas began to rear cattle. So thousands of years ago, 5,000 years ago, the hunters who are there, they used to rear the animals there, means grow the animals there. The cattle were pegged in special places where a lot of cow dung was accumulated and dried. So the cattle were pegged, means grown there, where the cow dung and was accumulated, means where the cow dung is more in number, it's accumulated, occupied, and dried. They were probably set on fire on festival days, causing the ash mounds. So this cow dung and all, we burn the cow dung cakes and all during the festival season as a good sign, right? So those ashes were found. Such ash mounds are found in Nagar Karnool in our state, and Karnool and Anantapur in AP. So these ash mounds are found in Nagar Karnool in our state, and in Karnool and Anantapur in AP. Along with cow dung, ash, Neolithic stones, axes, stone blades, and rudimentary rudimentary handmade pots were also found. So not only this ashes of cow dung, but also this stone tools like axes, stone blades, rudimentary handmade pots and all were also found there, it seems. After thousands of years, many of these people also started cultivating crops and settling down in villages. So after thousands of years, the people started settling in one village, and they started cultivating and all. Neolithic period in Telangana. Number of Neolithic sites have been found in Warangal rural, Warangal urban, Jangun, Jaishankar, Siddipet, Nagar Karnool, Mahbub Nagar, Karim Nagar, and Adilabad district. In these districts of Telangana state, we found many number of Neolithic sites where the people used to stay, early farmers used to stay, and ground stone tools have been collected from these places. Ground stone tools used to grind the corn and all the spices, right? So they are also being found in these places. The excavation at Polakonda in Warangal district have brought to light a heart of burnt clay along with large number of microliths, handmade pots and jars for storing grains. So not only this in Warangal district they brought into the light, means they made everyone to know about the pots or the clay burnt one, where they used to store handmade pots and all for storing the grains and all. They used to use no jars. Those things they made everyone to come to know, means they brought into existence, means they showed us. They started finding about those things and they made people to know about all those. People seems to have lived here about 3300 years ago. So the people used to stay there before 3300 years back. The people used to stay there. If you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.